May pera ka bang naka-invest sa VUL, condo or stocks, pero imbis na kumita, lugi pa? In this video malalaman mo kung bakit ang daming Pilipinong nasusunog sa investments. At baka isa ka na rin doon, hindi mo lang alam. Yung ginagawa mo naman lahat ng tama, pero bakit parang wala pa ring nangyayari sa finances mo? Nag-VUL ka kasi sabi ng agent, for long term sir, guaranteed growth yan. Nag-invest ka sa condo kasi sabi ng developer, rental income is passive income. At syempre, nag-iipon ka lang sa bank kasi feeling mo at least safe. Pero fast forward 2026. Bakit parang lugi ka pa? Familiar ba sa'yo yung mga investment na yan? Well, I have some bad news. Dahil ilan lang yan sa worst investments in the Philippines right now. And I'm not just talking about losing a little bit of money. I'm talking about sacrificing your entire financial future, year after year. Disclaimer lang, this is straight up financial education. Let's start with the king of all bad investments in the Philippines. The VUL, the Variable Universal Life Insurance. Every financial advisor will tell you the same spiel. Sir, ma'am, it's 2-in-1, insurance and investment. Easy money while you're protected. Sounds perfect, right? Ito ang hindi alam ng karamihan. It's actually 0-in-1 when you look at the math. Ang laki ng percentage na napupunta lang sa fees, pero minamarket nila ito as an investment. Paano lalago ang pera mo kung for the first few years, mas malaking percentage ang napupunta sa commissions ng agent mo and fees for the insurance company? Parang hindi ka pa nag-i-invest sa unang taon, kundi nagbabayad ka pa lang ng entrance fee. May ibang tao na kokontra at sasabihing may insurance naman nakasama. Yes, may insurance, but you're overpaying for it. Kung gusto mo ng insurance, pwede kang kumuha ng term insurance na mas mura at mag-invest separately sa mga fund na mas lalago ang pera mo. Insurance plus investment in one sounds good. Pero parang bumili ka ng sapatos na 2-in-1 pang formal at pang basketball. Pwede mong gamitin sa kasal or pang laro. Pwede, pasado, pero hindi siya the best in either scenario. Bakit may kumukuha pa rin ng VUL? Dahil nagtitiwala sila sa mga ahente na kadalasan ay kaibigan o pamilya. Isa itong emotional decision, hindi mathematical decision. Ikaw, anong experience mo sa VUL? Share mo na sa comment. Real estate in Metro Manila, specifically condos. Invest in a condo now. Pre-selling units are cheap, prime location, appreciation guaranteed. Every billboard, every sales agent screams this mantra. But is it true? Alam mo yung idea na bili tayo ng condo, tapos paupahan, passive income? For the average Pinoy investor in 2026, buying a condo is one of the worst ways to build wealth. It's a classic case of supply and demand imbalance. You buy a 5 million peso condo. Your monthly amortization might be 30,000 pesos. Add association dues, 3,000 pesos. Property tax, 2,000 pesos a month. Repair/maintenance/vacancy buffer. Let's say 2,000 pesos. Total monthly cost, 37,000 pesos. Tapos, magkano mo siya papaupahan? Agents might promise you 35,000 or 40,000. Realistically, with 17% vacancy rates, you might only get 25,000 to 30,000. You lose 7,000 per month if may renter ka. Pag wala, full 37,000. You are losing money every single month. That's negative cash flow. That's not an asset. That's a liability that takes money out of your pocket. Hindi passive income ang condo. It's passive expense. People buy condos for status. The Filipino dream na magkaroon ng ari-arian. The illusion of, I'm an investor now. But the market doesn't care about your identity. The market cares about math. Ngayon, sa mga trader na nag-iisip na mas magaling silang investor dahil nasa stock market sila. I hate to break it to you, pero ang Philippine Stock Exchange Index o PSEI ay ang isa sa worst performing indices in Asia right now. Let's be honest, maraming Pinoy pumasok sa PSE kasi iniisip na ang blue chip stocks ay long-term at safe yan. Pero ito ang reality. From 2016 to 2026 or 10 years, the Philippines Index return is negative. Kung nag-invest ka ng 100,000 pesos sa PSE Index noong 2016 at 6,954 per share, at ang value ngayong 2026, 6,066 per share. That's negative 12% over 10 years. Yung 100,000 mo ay 88,000 na lang ngayon. Mas malaki pa kinita ng tindahan ng fishball. Why is this a bad investment? Because most beginners buy stocks without research, without risk management, without diversification, without understanding volatility. Ang nangyayari, buy high, sell low. Kung ayaw mo malugi, alam mo na gagawin. Like and sub na. Now let's talk about one of the most common traps in the Philippines, the food cart franchise. Most small franchises don't fail because of the product. They fail because of math. Here's the uncomfortable truth: cost of goods sold, 40 to 60%, rent, even kiosk, 15 to 25%, labor, 15 to 20%, and franchise royalty, 5 to 10%. Net profit, if you're lucky, 5% to 10%. Pero sa karamihan, negative. Example, capital, 199,000 pesos. Average daily sales, 3,000 pesos. Gross monthly, 90,000 pesos. Breakdown, cost of goods sold, 50%, 45,000 pesos. Rent, 15,000 pesos. Crew salary, 15,000 pesos. Royalties/fees, 4,500 pesos. Net profit, around 10,000 to 12,000 pesos per month. Best case, ROI, 2 years minimum. And that's kung hindi ka nasunog sa food waste, down season, or mall penalties. Pero bakit ang dami pa ring sumasabak? Franchises sell the dream of entrepreneurship, but in reality, you become a cash flow hostage to rent, labor, royalties, logistics, and competition. And once sales drop, hindi ka makaka-exit because you're tied to the franchise. Hindi asset yan, kundi liability with a logo. Ito na ata ang pinakamasakit na investment sa lahat. Dahil karamihan sa mga Pinoy ay hindi iniisip to. Hindi alam na damay sila dito at damay rin sila sa pagkalugi nito. Ito ang simpleng pag-save ng iyong pera sa Philippine pesos. Cash is king. Ika nga. Pero sa Pilipinas mukhang cash equals basura. If you know what I mean. The Philippine peso is constantly fighting a battle against stronger currencies, mainly the US dollar, and often losing in the long run. Look at the exchange rate history. In the early 2000s, dollar to peso was around 40 to 45 pesos. Today, it's 57 to 59 pesos per dollar. Example, naglagay ka ng 100,000 pesos in bank. Kung nakapark ang pera mo sa savings account na may kalunos-lunos na 0.25% interest rate, kikita yan ng 250 pesos interest sa isang taon. Kung ang inflation ay, sabihin nating 5%, kailangan mo ng 5,000 piso just to break even in purchasing power. Kumita ka ng 250 pesos pero nawalan ka ng 5,000 pesos in value. In short, nalulugi ka ng 4,750 pesos kada taon sa pagiging safe at simpleng pag-iipon ng piso. Imagine nawawalan ka ng 4,750 pesos per year, 14,250 pesos in 3 years, 23,750 pesos in 5 years. You did not save. You paid an invisible tax. Cash is not wealth. Cash is melting ice. At sa Pinas, nakatapat pa sa araw ang melting ice/cash mo, kaya mas mabilis nalulusaw. So VULs, condos, PSE stocks, franchise business, and the peso itself. Lahat sila ay may pagkakapareho, high fees, low return, and missed opportunities. Kung hindi ka financial literate at maalam, sayang ang pera mo. Patuloy kang matatrap sa mga investment na katulad nito. Mga investment na akala mo safe, akala mo malaki ang kita, pero kapag binusisi at inaral mo ang math behind it, kabaliktaran pala. You have the power to change this. The worst investment is the one where you don't understand the math. You don't know the risks. You only buy because, sabi nila, you expect guaranteed returns. Educate yourself. Audit your assets. Get your statements. VUL, condo contract, bank statement, calculate the real return after all fees and inflation. Financial education is the highest ROI investment. Kung napasok ka dati, that's okay. Financial mistakes are paid lessons. Ang worst investment ay yung financial decisions na ginawa mo na hindi mo naiintindihan. Knowledge is power. But applied knowledge, kung gagamitin mo ang knowledge na yan, yan ang nagbibigay ng tunay na financial freedom. Subscribe ka na for more pera tips and tricks.